talk about checking for diastasis recti. So that is when the abdominals separate during pregnancy. So it is important to be able to check before you even become pregnant, to kind of know what your baseline is, to watch during pregnancy, and then to check after. And this is something that we should watch even years postpartum. If you're having issues with it, it's still something we can address. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that we work on right away. If you're had babies a long time ago, this is still something that you can address. So what you want to do is you just want to take a couple fingers. I usually take my second and third finger, and we're just going to poke straight down into the midline, just a few centimeters up above your belly button. And then you're laying in this position with your feet bent up, and you're just going to lift your head a little bit. And what you're feeling for is a gap. Does it open up as you do that? And you're looking for the width of it. Is it more than 2 fingers width wide? If that is, then we definitely want to address it. Or is it real squishy? Can you go real deep into it? Or does it firm up and kind of give you some resistance and you can't get down there? We prefer the second. We prefer it to be resistance, kind of tightening up and giving you some tension in there. That's what we're looking for. So you're going to check above the belly button, and then you'll do the same thing kind of just below the belly button. Just kind of lift up and see if you can feel. Now, that's important to know your baseline, to notice if you are gapping in there. The other thing you want to look for is a coning. So that would be when you do that, does it kind of bulge out right at your midline? Do you see almost like a cone right at your midline kind of protruding out? And that would also be an indicator of a diastasis. So you would want to check this, like I said, we actually are encouraging people to check it before they even become pregnant, but then through pregnancy and after. But also, as you're going after, you want to periodically check it as you're doing exercises. So every time you add in a new exercise postpartum, you can check to see, is my diastasis increasing? Is it getting wider? Am I able to go in deeper? Is it not firming up? Am I seeing more coning? If you see an increase in any of those areas, then that might mean that exercise is too hard for you. And it's really important to start with working on breath mechanics to make sure that we're not putting a ton of pressure through that area. So you want to start with breathing and then take that into all of your exercises, checking periodically. And it's not just with core exercises. Push-ups, pull-ups, planks, squats, anything, even just lifting up your child can be areas where you start to see the diastasis get worse. So that's where you want to work in those areas. So you might need to back off from certain things or really work on changing postures or mechanics or breathing with certain activities to try to limit that. But step one is knowing how to look for it.